Guess what?
What's up? Tell me.
Guess what?
What's up?
Guess what?
What?
Oh!
I know. People, I went to my local Ross. Yes, Ross, don't judge me, Nav. Tell me why. I seen a grooming kit in the back of the store, and I kid you not, I seen the price $19.99, and I swear I threw a mini fist bump like I was Michael Jordan. By the way, I'm 22. But you know what else makes me feel old? The fact that it's been 4 years since the great Big Baller Brand Gold Rush. Like, that was in 2017, people. The year of amazing rap album, the Off-White craze, of course, and more importantly, our discovery of Tiana Trump. But when it comes to Lonzo Ball, and matter of fact, the whole Big Baller Brand wave as a whole, it just felt like a 30 for 30 ESPN film, man. It honestly felt like a movie. So, like, hype level wise, right? Nobody kill me for this, but can I say that these guys are only like a few notches down of what Travis Scott is right now? A very interesting time that was, but 4 years have gone by, and the hype, at least when it comes to Lonzo, has essentially died. When the world expects you to be this generational superstar, aka Steph Curry with a 40-inch vertical, then fans see your stats and see 10 points, 36% from the field, 30% from 3, and a few Shaq in the full moments in between. Oh yeah, any type of existing hype you had died. And really, from his rookie year on to where he is now, it's been a rather interesting journey for Lonzo Ball, because there's really just two opinions on him from what I've seen. There's a side out there that think Lonzo Ball is what he is and will never improve, basically being destined as a bust. And then there's a side that's still clinging on to his stock, holding out for the day that Lonzo becomes a great player in this league, basically being destined as a late bloomer. So to crack this Lonzo case, we have decided to hit the time machine and take a look back at his first 4 years, all in efforts to find a more sensible verdict when it comes to the guy. So first up, 2017. The hype on Lonzo pre-draft was immense. Even Magic Johnson saying he expect Lonzo jersey to be in the rafters in the first press conference. It was just all crazy, man. Me being this young Lakers fan, you know, I fell for all of it. I was in kick group chats just spice talking reckless, saying that we had just Steph Curry, Magic Johnson, love child on our hands. Just all types of propaganda, man. I was a sicko, but that was how big the hype got. I wanted Lonzo to be a Laker, right? I know some people wanted De'Aaron Fox, but I thought with Ingram and Randall already being the main scorers, why not just get a generational playmaker that can space the floor in Lonzo? And in the end game, I was excited when that came true. But anyways, the hype tour started in Summer League, and man, like I said, everything he did was critiqued closely. He's been getting all-time hype as a generational player, so of course fans and players wanted to see what all that was about. And with the world watching in his Summer League debut, guess what he did? He stunk it up. 2 for 15 from the field, 1 for 11 from 3. It was nasty, okay? Now personally, I wasn't too concerned because, to be fair, a lot of our favorite stars struggled in Summer League anyways. And also, not to mention too, after this, Lonzo Ball looked completely fine the rest of the way and won Summer League MVP. So it just honestly became an afterthought. But as great as that was, people got a reality check. But yet, there's still fans that are still putting Lonzo on this big of a pedestal. The gas up meter for Lonzo was just way too high to where it needed to be. It was cool seeing him do his thing in Summer League, but paying attention closely watching those games live, it became pretty clear that maybe we gotta chill on Lonzo a little bit. Even after that reasonable sample size, people still expected this Magic Johnson Steph Curry hybrid. Like, no. So in result, when Lonzo rookie season came around, those people, including myself, just got this big old reality check. Lonzo rookie year wasn't as terrible as people thought when looking back on it. 10 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. On these percentages, now calm down, I know this is not the end of the world, believe it or not. Check out other rookie stats, but when you add in the hype factor, the fact that we expect him to be this generational point guard, it just simply wasn't good enough. But let's not get it twisted, Lonzo still gave us promising flashes. As we all know, his offense that first year was very hit or miss, but stuff like his IQ along with his defensive playmaking, basically the non-scoring things just stood out a lot. But once again, back to hype. His rookie year didn't go like the world planned, so it just left a lot of fans and media outlets disappointed. I mean, very disappointed. Moving on to season numero 2. I really think this was the year that fans got more realistic with Lonzo. LeBron came into town this season, as we all know, and of course when LeBron plays on your team, the whole sports world puts this gigantic microscope from the players to the coaches, basically seeing who passed the test. Of all the players on the team that could have fit well with LeBron, it felt like him and Lonzo were really one of the better fits. Matter of fact, sometimes it felt like a perfect fit. Like when Lonzo came back and got back to speed from that knee surgery, those flashes he gave us from his defense to his ability to finish at the rim and all that, you know, it had Laker fans very excited. Matter of fact, it just gave Laker Laker fans hope that we can see a Lonzo breakthrough go down, and it felt like that was actually about to happen. But as we all know, Lonzo was one of the many injuries that just killed that season, and unfortunately, thanks to that injury, we were probably robbed of a potential Lonzo Ball breakthrough. And as a Laker fan, for me, this is probably up there as a big what if moment from that season, and maybe just Lonzo Ball overall. You know, it makes you wonder, like, this probably could have been the moment that could have changed the Lonzo Ball arc forever. If he stayed healthy and continued to play amazing basketball, which he was, Kyle Kuzma honestly could have been swapped in Pelicans jersey instead. But it is what it is, people. Lonzo Ball built up a reputation of being injury prone, and of course his shooting struggles made him an easy decision to trade, which is probably why they kept Kyle Kuzma. But also too, let me mention this, Luke freaking, I mean, y'all call LeVar crazy for a lot of things, but man, he was not wrong about Luke Walton at all, dealing with his son. Closing games at Rajon Rondo instead of Lonzo, who offered more to the team at the time, to be honest. Like, just thinking about those moments again just makes me want to. But as we know, the AD trade went down and the Lonzo Ball era was over in LA. And yes, as sad as it was that his time here didn't go as planned, most fans can look back and agree that it was a mix of bad luck, bad timing, and honestly, a good mix of bad coaching. Oh, my bad. Now, moving on to his Pelicans arc, it felt like it was destined to be a fresh start for him. But still, after this season, it still became hard to figure out what Lonzo's ceiling is. Meanwhile, on the other side, De'Aaron Fox and Jason Tatum, his media-created draft rivals, were making big boy strides. So we asked this question for a third year again when it came to Lonzo. What exactly is his ceiling? What is his endgame? His fellow draft counterparts were at least headed for a stardom at this point, but in Lonzo's third year, we still didn't have that answer. All these guys around him was just getting their generational wealth and getting big paydays, but Lonzo, on the other hand, he still didn't get an extension. So he also had a little extra motivation in his first year in New Orleans to prove himself. Now, his first year in New Orleans was once again very streaky like his previous years. He would go on these 5-game stretches of doing good, then going back to his old ways. But this year, we did see a big breakthrough from Lonzo that gave me some type of glimmer of hope. Once he did get there, he decided with his new assistant coach Fred Vincent to make changes in his jump shot, something fans been waiting for. And to be honest, that was probably one of the best things that happened to his career. Immediately, Lonzo became a fairly good three-point shooter, going from 33% his previous year to 37% from 3. That's pretty good. And it's not just 2 or 3 attempts we talking high volume stuff, 6 attempts a game. But although he made these significant strides in his shooting, he still wasn't able to make that leap to being consistent. Great example, before COVID stopped the season, Lonzo was having a great stretch of games. If I'm not mistaken, them 5 to 6 games he had were amazing, and had a lot of people buying Lonzo stock again. Then boom, NBA shut down. Next thing you know, he comes back from the bubble and he looks like Stanley Hudson out there, man. It's bad. So again, for the third year, fans were asking the same question: what the hell is Lonzo's ceiling? Some fans looked at the coach at the time, Alvin Gentry, and just pointed fingers at him because of the way he used Lonzo, with the biggest complaint being that he didn't give Lonzo the keys enough. Well, don't that sound familiar? But as much as I want to blame all these coaches, y'all, even Luke Walton, Lonzo, okay, let's be honest, Lonzo is a limited player. Like, the man has these major flaws. I'll just continue to keep him out of these discussions with his draft buddies. But then again, to fans' points, I get when fans want a coach that can best utilize Lonzo properly. And moving on to his 4th year in the Lonzo arc, this new coach Stan Van Gundy didn't exactly give him the keys. Like, Ingram and Zion the whole season were basically the main ball handlers, and Lonzo was treated like a 3-and-D guy. Lonzo, once again, for another year, had these streaky moments of greatness, but was never able to build on it and be consistent. You see how I'm sounding like a broken record, right? So, to close the case, people, Lonzo Ball is a very good role player right now. I will say that. Is he a bust? Well, a bust to me is somebody that just simply isn't good enough to stay in the NBA. Say what you want, but Lonzo doesn't fit my definition of a bust, so he's not a bust, sorry. But also, calling him a role player is the best I can do. The man is still limited right now. Even a stockholder like myself just gotta admit it. He still is passive. He still at times settle for too many threes. He's still inefficient, and he still struggles with mid-ranges and finishing around the rim. Pretty glaring flaws he has to get past if he wants to be a star. Them days of him being this transcendent Curry, Magic Johnson, love child, yada yada yada, it's over, okay? I'm sure of it. So really now at this point, we should be asking ourselves, will Lonzo be this wild card player forever, or can he turn into at least a star, as people still hope for him to be? To answer that, given his new opportunity with this talented Bulls team, and given the blue balls he's been giving fans when it comes to his potential with his streaky flashes, I still think he can be a star. Yeah, I know. I might be delusional right now, people. Matter of fact, it's the morning, I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if we're being exact. It's a lot to ask for Lonzo, I'm not gonna lie, but remember, I'm being delusional right now. So to answer the overall question, to close the case, I think he's gonna be a late bloomer. I really do. Well, okay, if you disagree with this verdict, which is fine, or just have any thoughts about the video, drop it in the comments. Also, of course, if you mess with the video, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. But yeah, that is it for today, y'all. Bleach and Homework is calling my name, so until next time, 22 Khalil signing out. And as they always say in Japan, Jamatane, peace.